everyone, and welcome back to Pwn TV. So, I want to make another Dragon Ball Super deck profile. This is very spicy stuff we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. So, everyone has been getting these blue-yellow energy cards from the new expansion, and these red-green energy cards. And so, a lot of people are trying to make really good blue-yellow decks and really good red-green decks. They finally gave us dual lands, basically, for the game, so people are using them. I decided to go with the blue-yellow strategy, so I made a really good blue-yellow deck, and I stand by those words. I think this is a fantastic deck design, and I don't think I'm going to change it. Honestly, I mean, I've playtested it, and I really like it. So let's get started with the leader really quick. This is a yellow Frieza's Army Saiyan leader. Broly, he is a promo. Basically, when he attacks, he takes a card from his life area and also a draw one from the top of the deck and adds those two cards to his hand, okay? And he swings 10,000. And that's what he does. And he does this anytime he attacks. He does this wherever he attacks. He does not have to attack leader. He can attack anything he wants, and he could do this effect. And this is an amazing effect that allows you to fill up your hand so easily. And so that is why we play this leader, because it's going to allow us to keep a really decent hand size. We're always going to be able to dig deep into our life whenever we want, and we can win the game with one life card left, and the opponent just can't handle the damage. So we'll see every one of our cards, barring that one life card, and that's how we're winning this game. By digging really deep into our deck, we make ourselves very resistant to mill mechanics such as Janemba, because we're going to see the cards that we need to see. And we have playsets of just about everything here, so if we're going to get milled out, we're going to see copies of the cards that are dropped anyway, and the drop doesn't affect the deck at all, and we chose to actually take advantage of the drop area in this deck by adding one black card, which I'll show. That basically is our overwhelm card for the deck, okay? Now let's get into the profile. I'll go ahead and awaken this guy so you can see what he does. He untaps 2 energy when you awaken him, so really good at standing up cards, because he untaps 2 energy, right? So I'm going to actually show you the leader, and I'm going to show you our 1-drops really quick. So the leader on the flip side, Broly the Awakened Threat, 15,000, draw 1 when it attacks. No matter what it attacks, draw 1. Kind of standard? Okay. Let's look at the rest of the card. Activate main. There are 2 different ones. Each of them can be done once per turn. The first one is kind of meh, honestly. In this deck, meh. It doesn't really matter. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it into rest mode. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Sure, rest mode your guy. I mean, it doesn't matter, because this is the Frieza's Army card, boys, and we are playing the Cold Bloodlusts in the deck, so we really don't care about their battle cards being in rest mode. But that's on here, so it's just an added perk. Maybe it's relevant. But so far in my testing, I've not used this ability. The second ability, however, is really fucking good. Okay, really, really good. Choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. Okay, done. That seems like what I've been doing all game, because the front side does this. Okay, what do I do when I take the life this time? Choose up to one of your cards in rest mode and switch it to active mode. It says one of your cards, okay? Now that normally for me and for this deck means actually untapping a battle card and swinging again and blindsiding the opponent with a dual attack strategy, and that will win most games. But you can also note that it does say any card. Choose up to one of your cards in rest mode. That means that you can untap Broly with his effect and swing Broly a second time if you like to. That also means that you can untap any and all tapped energy that you have, including the Bojack that you might have played earlier that turn. That comes into play tapped. You can simply take a life and untap the Bojack. It's now literally a fucking Shockland, guys! Okay, so that's what you can do with this effect. Choose up to one of your cards in rest mode and switch it to active mode. That effect is so fucking good. There's a reason that this promo's $5 right now. I love this card after testing, and in this deck it works fantastically. It's blue-yellow, so we're playing the blue-yellow dual land essentially. Now this can do other tricks, but Honestly, it's in there as a dual land, so it might as well be Janemba. You could use Janemba over Bojack if you choose to, because honestly, I don't think any of the other effects on this card are relevant other than that it can tap for yellow and blue, in this list anyway. Okay. Blue 1-drops, standard Universe 7 package, boys. That's what we're running. We're doing U7. That's how we're going to get there. I'll show you our win condition and you will agree with me. Spicy win condition for the metagame right now. U7, ready to fight Son Goku, looks at the top 3, finds any Universe 7 card from among the top 3 and adds it to his hand. That's what he does. He's a Scrambling Assault Son Goten, essentially. That's what he does, okay? Other cards that do that in the yellow package. It's blue-yellow hybrid deck. Might as well run some blue tutors and some yellow tutors. 3 copies of Universe 7 Representative. Doesn't combo for anything, therefore not 4 copies of this card. Only 3, but 3 is good enough. I'm going to look at the top 7 cards of my deck. Any number from 1 to 7. I could look at 0 cards and choose 1. I could look at 1 card and choose 1. I could peek at the second card and maybe choose between that or the first card. I can go all the way down by one if I really want to, because it does say look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. So take however much time you need, whatever. Everyone's going to look at 7, and they're going to find the card that they need out of those 7, and they're going to shuffle the rest away. You have to look at the 7th card, guys. It could be even better than the 6th card. Okay, so that's how this card works. This gets dropped as an extra card for 1 any color energy. It's a yellow extra card. Definitely a yellow extra card. Note that the card number in the bottom right corner has a border that is yellow. Therefore, it is a yellow card. That's all you really have to note. There's so many other things on this card you could look at, like the title having a background that's yellow. But just look at the code on the bottom right corner, look at that color, and that's the color of the card. Universe 7 Representative is a yellow 1-drop, and you can tap any color for that because it does not have a yellow dot on it. It is literally colorless and yellow at the same time, and we're running it in this deck. It is our yellow charge. It is the play that we make after we charge blue because we're allowed to do that, and that's just what it is, okay? Other 1-drops that are super good, we went over the fact that Cold Bloodlust is in the deck. Amazing because we have a Phrases Army leader. That's going to blindside people. Let's move forward from that. 4 copies of Master Roshi Forged in Will because we need some kind of negate, and it's also more combo power on the board. And in hand. We're drawing so many cards, we're going to have so much combo power. In 5Ks. That's what we're going to have. That's the goal. That's basically our backup win condition if our hand starts going to shit. We have all of these 5Ks that we could fall back on, boys. That's what we have. That's what we can do. And to round out our 1-drops, all of our 1-drops, Planet Vegeta. 3 of them. Bitches! Planet Vegeta gets any Saiyan it wants. Any fucking Saiyan it wants. And there's a lot of good Saiyans in this deck, including the one that you've seen so far, ready to fight Son Goku. But that's not even the best one, guys. That's just one of our options. And it's a yellow charge. So you can just charge yellow, which is super relevant in this deck, as we'll see, and you have the extra yellow. That means all of your back-to-back Roshis and your Cold Bloodlust, everything is online, boys, because you have all the yellow that you need. Mid-game. This is turn 2 and turn 3, basically. Okay, so at some point in the game, we're going to be awakened. Since we take a life when we attack with our leader, that means we can awaken as early as turn 4 if they're not helping us. We don't have any other way to awaken in the deck, so if the opponent doesn't swing, we basically awaken on turn 4. Which is fine, it doesn't matter when we awaken, because the fact that you're taking life cards gives you a really good hand size. You can keep doing that all the way down to 1. You don't even have to awaken. Awakening stands up 2 energy. Maybe that blows them out. Maybe they say, evolve, like, let me go ahead and swap into my big Goku and tap all of your energy down. And I'll be like, okay, no negates. And they'd be like, okay, swing. And I'd be like, okay, awaken. Right? Like, I could just do the untap 2 energy really quick. Oh yeah, get blown out, boy. Okay, so we could do that if we want to. But we're doing a lot of stuff, okay? This is a yellow leader. We get the Shugesh. The Shugesh happens to be a Saiyan. We have the Planet Vegeta to grab the Shugesh, boys. So we have a way to tutor up our super combo of the deck, whatever we want. For Shugesh, because we're not scared. Bring your Cronoa, boy. I don't even care. Bring the Cronoa, and let's play a game of Dragon Ball Super. I'm okay with this. For Shugesh, because balls to the wall in this deck, basically. And, of course, my metagame is best of 1. In a big tournament, I might go 3 Shugesh and 1 non-Shugesh, probably the Jacko. That would be my go-to choice, the Jacko. Galactic Patrol Jacko, I believe it's called. I think it's actually in my sideboard as an example. Of course, not literally in my sideboard, because that would be illegal, but it is here. Full Surveillance Jacko, that is the card, boys. So that's the go-to if you're worried about Cronoa. You just splash these in and cut some Shugeshes out and call it a day, because you have the Planet Vegetas to grab Shugesh whenever you need them, so it doesn't even matter. Run the Jackos if you need to run the Jackos. No big deal. But why Shugesh? Because look at all the choices. Look at all the choices you get in blue and yellow. All of the choices that are super good in the metagame right now. We can blow up your Victory Strike, boy. If you want to go ahead and swing Mira, we can blow him up too. Oh, what's that? Mira Creator absorbs 120,000 damage with like 10 combo cards in the combo area? Okay, great. Explosive Spirit Son Goku at instant speed. Blow up your tap to dude. It's dead. Oh, what's this? Victory Strike? What's this? 100k fucking Victory Strike to my face? Oh, man. Blow him up. He's gone. Get out of here. So, metagame gets crushed by Explosive Spirit Son Goku. It always has, and this is an amazing card. This is the reason they printed Cronoa right here, because Shugesh Explosive Ku is super fucking good. So we have this. That's our yellow Ultimate Shugesh Surprise. That's what we have for yellow. For blue, we've got our other Shugesh Surprises. That's the 3 copies of Sneak Attack Vegeta. This card single-handedly crushes Janemba decks, because it's always hating on their hand when it swings, which is how you kill Janemba in the first place, by swinging at the leader, and it's hating on the hand while it's doing that. It's a double win. Win-win. It also has Barrier, boys. That means it's got a third win, because their fucking Janembas can't actually warp this dude. He stays in play. They have to swing at him. By the way, that means their critical 20k isn't swinging lead. I would say that's a 4th win, guys. This card is nuts against Janemba, and we run 3. It is our blue Shugesh Surprise, and it is an amazing card in the metagame right now. And if you're not playing against Janemba, it is a 5k Saiyan that Planet Vegeta can grab whenever you need it, and you can charge it, combo it, whatever you need to do. I won against a deck that wasn't playing Janemba Leader with this card, because basically they had no hand and 2 life, and I said attack with leader, and they said okay, and I said 15, and they said I'll take it, and they took the life card to their hand and had 1 card in hand, and I said tap Sneak Attack Vegeta, GG. Like, they had no board. Like, now your card from your hand goes to the drop, like, or to the top of the deck, sorry, goes to the top of the deck with this effect, but it doesn't matter, it's not in your hand anymore, and that's the point. And so it's fucked, so it gets wrecked, okay? And it shits, obviously, since it goes to the top of the deck, shits on their next turn, because they have to draw that same card that they already drew, and it's tilting. It's very tilting. This deck is full of just tilts. You're basically going to tilt the opponent when you play this. It's one of those decks that you play if you really want to tilt the opponent. I have to be very careful and very nice to my opponent when I play this deck, or I'm going to end up with 2 black eyes very quickly, because there's so many answers that are just cancer in this deck. Fucking cancer. Speaking of cancer, let's go ahead and talk about our newest addition to this list. This is version 3, so I've tested this deck with and without Focused Mind Son Gohan, and I really like him in the deck. Think about it. He's a Shugesh target. He's also a Saiyan. He's also a Universe 7 Saiyan. That means that he is a Universe 7 rep target, he is a Ready to Fight Son Goku target, he is a Planet Vegeta target, and he is a Shugesh target. He is just all around a target in this deck, so why not run him? He's perfect for the deck. Also, he has Barrier. Shits on Janemba again. So, there you go. Like, he's just another answer that nobody has any answers for. And when you play him for free, off of the Shugesh piggyback that you have, when you play the 3-drop or less Saiyan for 0 energy, you have this free Focused Mind Son Gohan on board the same turn that you have this Shugesh play. So aggressively, if you're attacking and you do this, you extend your turn by allowing yourself to also look at the top 7 cards immediately for 0 energy, and then grab one and then play it for paying its energy cost. The energy cost, by the way, that you just saved by Shugeshing it out in the first place, by Shugeshing Son Gohan out in the first place. So it's an amazing card. And when it's not busy being an amazing card, it's blue energy that you could easily grab so many different ways, and it's 5k combo. Yet again, something that the deck was lacking. It had way too many 10ks in it originally, and so this really curves me to where I think I need to be, and there's just so much utility that this card has. Being able to look at the top 7 for whatever Universe 7 I happen to be missing at the time, that's going to just come back from any mishaps. If they hate on my hand, if they somehow manage to do Chain Attack Zeno or something like that, and now I have no hand, or whatever the case may be, I can still look deep into the deck and grab the answers that I need, and I will wreck them with those answers, or I'll just dig deep into the life, or both. I'll do both, because fuck it, YOLO, I do whatever I want. Okay, so that is our mid-game plays. That's the very, very spicy mid-game plays that tilt the opponent into just not even wanting to swing anymore, and so that allows you to just get to the late game, honestly, because when you're sitting there staring at your opponent that has the ability to play Explosive Q at instant speed or any of this other shit, you basically don't swing sometimes just because you're scared. Maybe they have the Cold Bloodlust, so you basically don't play your hand because they have the Cold Blood. Like, are you serious? Like, when I show any of my opponents any of these tricks the first time, they're scared to death of the extra copies that may or may not be in my deck. And that, right there, gets me to the late game. That fact, that fear factor that they have, and it's a rational fear factor. In this deck, I'm going to shit on you if you're not respecting my Cold Bloodlust play, or my Master Roshi play, or my Explosive Spirit play. Like, if you disrespect the deck, you're going to lose. And so, tilting. So, I get to the late game, because you have to really play very carefully to beat this deck. And the late game is busted. It's just busted. Guys, this is so busted. I have a win condition for yellow, and I have a win condition for blue. I don't really have to say much about these win conditions. Let's look at them really quick. We have the Whis that's going to allow Beerus's to cost 1 less energy. It's also blue. It's also combo for 0, 5k boost. So it's useful in the deck, and it's making my Beerus cost less, which allows me sometimes to play 2 Beeruses in the same turn quite early game, like 5 or 6, turn 5 or 6 I could do this maybe, and then I just have 2 Beeruses out, and you know, I mean, my leader untaps one of them, dude, and that means I could swing and trigger his auto again. Like, you're fucked if I do this. You're just fucked. And I can get him out for cheaper. Like, yes, solid win condition for blue. Be scared to death of my untapped blue energy and cards in hand, because I will get you with that. And then for yellow, even scarier win condition. If you are playing control of any kind, you're terrified of Frieza, Emperor of Universe 7. This card shits on you. If you are doing anything at all with your deck, you're scared of this card. When I get to the late game, and you only have 3, 2, or even 1 life left, and I resolve Frieza, Emperor of Universe 7, you can't play anymore. You basically scoop, enter scoop phase. It even fucks up super combos like Shigesh, for example. Like, it fucks them up. Like, this card's busted, and it busts the game in half to the point where it's not playable or winnable for the opponent anymore, simply because he's there. It's just the game's no longer winnable because he resolved, and he's there, and you didn't Cold Bloodlust. Okay, so he's fucking scary, and we could just play the Cold-Hearted Strike Frieza for 5, which, if it doesn't get Cold Bloodlusted, equally scary, and then just chain into this big guy off of the Cold-Hearted. Like, it's busted. Like, that for yellow is a very solid win condition, always and forever. That's a very small package of 10k combo cards that basically wins in yellow. And like, we've got, like I said, the blue 10k combo cards. So quite a few 10ks that don't draw but bust the game in half and shit on your hand and your life, and like, it's busted. And when we're at the very last part of our deck and we only have 1 energy left and our drop is like 30 cards, dude, we can just slam this guy down and blindside our opponent. Like, literally, if we're at the point where they just took the damage because they calculated everything that you played with 1 card in hand and 1 untapped energy, and they calculated everything so efficiently, but they forgot about this card, and they're in double strike range, boy, dude, they're dead, and you get 2 more draws off of it. That could literally be Shigesh Explosive Q off of those 2 draws, which will kill the opponent again if it hasn't already done that previously, which it probably has at this point. So it's it's tilting. This deck is full of tilt. It's very scary, very, very scary deck with so many really good blue and yellow and black win conditions, and I love it, and I'm going to be playtesting the shit out of this on Octagon all week, so come prepared to fight fucking Yellow Broly, dude. Frieza's Army Broly, the awakened threat. He's gonna smash, boys, so get ready, cause it's coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.